Welcome to A.P.G.A.I Ireland's fly dressing tutorials. In this edition we're going to watch Frankie McPhillisps of Enniskillen tying a daddy long legs. This requires a very long shanked hook and about a size 10. Don't start your thread at the eye, come and bring it back a little bit. At the tail of the hook, tie in some pearl mylar tinsel. Then take some cock pheasant centre tail. Trim off the tips. Tie in at the bend of the hook. Bring your thread forward to the tie-in point. And then proceed to wind the cock's centre tail as a body. Once you've reached the tie-in point, secure the cock pheasant centre tail, trim off the butts, and wind 3 or 4 turns of the mylar tinsel over the body to add a bit of security and also to add a bit of flash. Three turns will secure that, and you can remove the waist. Now for the legs. Make an overhand loop in 2 fibres of cock pheasant tail. With a dubbing needle or a pair of tweezers, pull the ends through and knot it fairly close to the tips, about 2/3 of the way down. This forms the knee of the leg. Frankie has some that he's prepared earlier. 3 sets going on one side, and a further 3 on the opposite side. You don't have to be too precise about the positioning of these, because when the natural insect falls into the water in August and September, it's a confused mass on the surface. And rest assured that the trout won't count them to make sure they're in the right order. Tidy those up a little bit and then proceed to tie on the wings. A red game cock cape with 2 hackles, tied in back to back. This will give a natural separation of the wings. At the tie-in point, you can then strip off some fibres to give a secure mounting point. Once you're happy with the length, judge it so it's about the same length as the legs. Pinch and loop it in 3 times. Secure the stalks and carefully separate the wings. The way to do this is with a figure of 8 through the centre of the wings. Press them down until they're in the horizontal position and put your figure of 8 to secure them in place. Now bring the hackle stalks back between the wings . Secure them in behind and trim them off. This adds security and it also removes bulk from the head of the fly. Now honey dun saddle. 2 feathers. Check them for length. Tie them in back to back. This is not the usual way when winding double hackles, but on this occasion it's going to aid the flotation of the fly, as you will see. Carefully secure the hackles behind the wings. Bring your tying thread forward to the eye of the hook. Trim off the stalks. Now with your hackle pliers, take one fibre and one feather hackle at a time. Place 3 turns carefully behind the wings. And then through the centre of the wings and 2 or 3 turns at the front. Once, twice, secures it. Now for the second hackle. The points of this hackle will be pointing in the opposite direction to the first. It's called cross hatching, and it provides a greater surface area for the hackle points on the surface of the water, which, as mentioned earlier, will aid flotation. Same again, 3 turns behind, 2 or 3 in front, and then secure. Remove your hackle pliers. Trim away the remainder of the hackle stalks. Smooth everything back between your finger and thumb and make a small, neat head at the front of the fly. Now with your whip finish tool, secure the thread at the front. Trim off as close to the eye of the hook as you can.